Introduction back. It's your girl Tamika L. Sims here, and we are back with another weekly Starve Talk Live. If you don't remember the acronym, I'm gonna go ahead and give it to you one more again, as they say. Starve, stand tall and reclaim victory every day. Stand tall, okay, and reclaim victory every day live. We're back with another live stream. So, hello to those of you that's checking in on Facebook, to our folks over there in YouTube land. What's up? To those of you that are watching this video in the replay, how y'all doing? Remember to hashtag, this is my hashtag symbol. You see that? Hashtag replay as you come on so that we may properly greet you and check in the comments so we can keep this conversation going. Y'all, I got my coffee. Y'all need to grab your tea. You might even need a cocktail for this conversation. It's 5 o'clock somewhere, right? We're talking about, y'all see the title. We talking about your boy, Donald Trump. Before we get into it,
my player partner,
I got Jay Halim coming on.
Is that the introduction?
Yeah, that's the intro.
You don't gotta introduce me. They already know who you are. They came to see you anyway. So man, this is great. I want to talk about Uncle Stump, Uncle Donald Stump.
Uncle Donald Stump.
But nah, that's my guy though, man. I know people don't ride with it, but Donald Trump is the greatest show on earth. I don't know if y'all know it or not. I know the media companies know it. They know exactly where their bread is buttered at. That's why he's number one with a bullet. You know, whenever every show you turn to, first thing. And now he done met my cousin R.I.C.O. Y'all cousin R.I.C.O. Boy, them boys talking about YSL. Mm-hmm. You know, now you talk about a Trump in the gang. Yeah, and he, you know, them New Yorkers, boy, wherever they go, they start some trouble, ain't it? Them damn New Yorkers, they went down in the A, throwing up their hood, and they sitting there like, look, we got to get him.
Shaking my head.
Yeah, but nah, it's crazy, man. Mm-hmm. So, what you think about the indictment?
You know, first of all, I think it's crazy. Okay, so for those of you that's coming on, tap in with us, share this video out. So disclaimer, we're not talking politics. Okay, I love y'all, but we're not going to be arguing in the comments. Okay, praise God. But so I think it's crazy, Jay. I think it's crazy as this case of his has continued to unfold, and even more and more, like in the past few weeks, we've just seen so much being made known about him to where I'm like, oh my God. Like the thing with the documents in the bathroom, that blew me. Like it's like the people say on social media, and that sent me. I'm sitting here like, are you kidding? Do you really have United States of America governmental top secret documents in a bathroom? You can't be serious. Like, so that I think was like the icing on the cake for me. Like, you know, there've always been issues and things like that people have known about his presidency. And you say something very powerful all the time. You're like, Donald Trump is not a president.
He's not a politician.
Excuse me. He's not a politician. So you guys, if that was the expectation that we had of him, we failed ourselves. He didn't fail us. We failed ourselves. But yeah, so that's my thoughts. I think it's just nuts that as we continue to see this unfold, the players that, you know, as you call me your player partner, them his player partners, you know,
what's the gang?
What's the gang sign for the Trump team?
I don't know. We got to figure that out.
We got to figure that out.
Thing.
No.
You don't want to throw up the wrong thing.
No, you don't.
But, you know, that Giuliani's a stone gangster. Giuliani, you know, he go back to the John Gotti days.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so, you know, for us people that's from the New York area, we even remember Giuliani with the Gotti days, and you know, again, Trump was around at that time too. They were the players. Those are the playboys of that time, into the 80s, going into the early 90s. So, and old boy was right around in that situation, making his bones. So Giuliani, and he did his thing with New York. He weaponized the police force and everything like that. So he got some real heavy hitters, around him. But we're gonna see. It's so funny you've been watching this whole RICO stuff in the hip hop community, and so I just want to see how this thing unfold with this community because I think it's gonna be hilarious to me. I think it's gonna be a bunch of people snitching, but they ain't gonna care about snitching though.
Right.
You know how hey, you snitch in the hood, it's gonna be, oh man, oh, you don't talk to him, don't do this.
You're rat.
Oh my God, they gonna be telling. Look, and they ain't gonna give you no McDonald's and stuff. Like they gonna get 4-star meals, and they be sitting there with their toes up, twinkling, sitting there talking about, yeah, what you want to know? And they ain't got no problem. I'm going home. They just had a gentleman that was rocking with him that did like a year in jail and facing all the time. He straight told. Like they don't have no problem. So I want to see how this works on the other side because these people don't got no problem with telling. There is no code of honor. No, I'm going to hold it down for the team. Nah, they going to fold immediately.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Immediately. You know how when you got some cheese and you hit some heat on it and that thing start folding real easy, that thing going to fold up. Oh my God, they gonna start folding up. They gonna, hey, look, they telling whatever you need to know. They said that when they went into the booking. Whatever you need to know, let's have a conversation. I bet you in the next couple of weeks, as I said, this is the greatest show. This is gonna be the greatest show on earth. Yeah. Y'all sitting there watching Love and Hip Hop or Housewives. Yes. I'm watching this. Yes. For entertainment.
So I do want to ask you because you grew up in the New York area, right? And so you folks that I think that grew up in that area have a different perspective on who he is, I guess. I don't know, but have a different perspective because you grew up in a time when he was really active. So I know you talked about like being in the John Gotti days, but what was the perception of those, that grew up in that area that were coming up sort of with him?
Man, I don't think we knew enough. All we saw was what was on TV, but he was just posted around as a rich billionaire playboy who always had these Eastern European beautiful models. And that was that. Of course, he hit the news real heavy with the exonerated S.T.A.R.V.E because he had invested like $100,000 into putting in like a newspaper ad to catch them. Me personally, as an adult, I didn't look at that the wrong way. I looked at it as what he should have did because it was false information. If they said that these black boys did something to a white woman, he immediately put some money to try to help catch them. Yeah. The problem I have with it is that that's what you're supposed to be doing in your community. Now, it was wrong that it was the wrong people, but are we really? Because we all get disappointed by expectations. So I don't expect him to go do due diligence and play detective and find out if these boys actually did something. Right. $100,000 is like putting out $100 or $1 to him. He put it out there. That was his way of helping. They asked him questions, and he said what you're supposed to say. Yeah. Because if today something happened to a little girl, but definitely a little black girl in my city, and I got $100,000 to put up to make sure that her killers get found, why not do it? Why not do it? Now, granted, it's on those people that know, those cops that did the research, those cops that did everything that they were supposed to do or say they were supposed to do, and still found them young men guilty and took them to jail. You know what I'm saying? Like, same thing. He's not a politician, and then everybody want him to be politician. Yeah. Held accountable for the things that he does. Yeah. But the expectation of him being this amazing super president, what's his name? Nah, I never had that expectation. Not even a little bit.
So with the R.I.C.O case, like we have been hearing that a lot more. We've been hearing about people talking about it, like you said, so many rappers, artists, hip hop artists, etc., have been brought up on RICO charges. Shein, the big clothing brand that all the women love to shop from because they got reasonable prices and the things actually are true to size, was brought up on RICO charges. So, how like detrimental is this for someone that was a former president? Like, does this add like an additional layer on it so that as people like maybe brought up on charges like this in the future, is it going to impact that? Like, are we going to see like a trickle down effect because these charges also brought up against a former president?
Yeah, I mean, this was something that Giuliani was one of the. That's what he used to get John Gotti the RICO statute. So this is something that they brought to light back in the late '70s, early '80s, and this is how they used to get organized crime, and so now they're commercializing it for real, and just going after anybody. But this is a way to they wrote this law in to rope in. I mean, it's so like if you and I just have a conversation, and I'm a crime figure, and it could just seem like they can bring you in on it. And see, this is the killer though. You got to have some money to fight it in order to beat it. You know what I'm saying? Because they're going to say, hey, and what the thing is, try to get you to tell on me.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what people do because they just rope all these people, and that's why I say they're going to be telling. And I don't think nothing's going to happen to Donald Trump like that. I think he's going. I'll be shocked if he goes to jail. But it will be a trickle down effect. Will be that if it can do it to him, they can do it to anybody.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I think that we're going to see a lot of that. Like they're going to say, "Hey, we can put Donald Trump down. We can get you down too."
Yeah. It is. It's kind of interesting to see, like you said, call it the greatest show on earth, and really sort of watching it play out because it's just kind of crazy. And I don't, and I guess the biggest thing for me is the question that's in the back of my mind is, does this, prohibit him from still running for president?
It hasn't. It hasn't. Now it should.
Yeah.
But it just hasn't. Because, I don't know what we're doing here in this country, but as a former felon, now pardoned for 2 years now, I couldn't do a damn thing.
Yeah.
I couldn't breathe hard, without getting in some trouble or something, But so I to know that somebody can possibly be president with these charges is crazy to me. Mm-hmm. And to the brothers and sisters who have been through or going through those situations, their lives are forever changed. And so the fact that he can still there's a potential that he can still be president is definitely unprecedented. But it's wrong on so many levels. It sucks. I don't know if he's guilty or innocent with all of that stuff, but he damn sure should have to sit on the sideline and figure that out first, then come back and do it. You know what I'm saying? But and that's not because of him. It's according to how they treated other individuals in his type of position. I don't care about what Donald Trump does. Never did, never will. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about treating everybody equal in that space. If some regular individual was facing these type of charges, they wouldn't be able to get a job at Walmart.
Oh gosh, yes. Walmart or any other place that should normally, be an easy thing to get into. So, the woman that's bringing the charges up against him, or that's leading this case, is a black woman, right? A sister girl out of Atlanta. So she's the front runner. She's leading the thing. So what do you think is going to happen to her? Like, not anything harmful, but how do you think that, taking on a case like this, bringing these charges up against him formally, how do you think that this is going to impact and affect her in her career, her professional career?
It all depends on how it goes. I mean, if she is successful in doing what she need to do, then I think it's going to take her to the top.
Yeah.
If she take an L, Lord help her. You know what I'm saying?
There's no mercy.
Yeah, nah, because you got to double back around. You know what I mean? But if she, I think she's bold and brave to do it. I think that she should, the people should wrap their arms around her. I don't think that should happen to her. But, first of all, Donald Trump ain't trying to hear it. You come side, look, he talk about Mike Pence right now. Anybody cross Donald Trump is on. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And so, yeah, he gonna have all the smoke with her. And then again, it looks cute to go with her right now, but a lot of those Republicans, like the governor of Georgia, who's down with her, he's saying he's not getting in it. Oh yeah, if it starts to look like it's gonna go left, he gonna jump ship, and that's the thing. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, she's out there on a limb, and right now it's looking kind of strong, but if that thing start to wither.
Gonna be looking kind of peaked.
Yeah, all them daggone leaves gonna go and leave her right there by herself. You know what I'm saying? That's a scary situation. But hey, man, her career is already. She has an amazing career now, but this can make or break her career with this one.
Are you surprised though that this is happening right when the Republican Party primaries are starting? Like, or do you think that was intentional? Is there some sort of correlation? You know how there's always something kind of at play that's happening behind the scenes. Do you think that that's the case here?
Yeah, I think that I think that she did that on purpose. Yeah, I think that she did that on purpose. I think she wanted to. I think everybody who was doing on purpose. I don't think it's just one person. I think a bunch of people are literally because all of the indictments are starting to roll around this time. I think they're really trying to prevent this man from being president again. And I get it. But man, I think that you're setting some ridiculous precedents underneath these circumstances. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, they're literally trying to prevent Donald Trump from being president again. Because I don't think that people believe in Joe Biden, and he is clearly the front runner on his side of the ticket. And yeah, so I just think that that's what's happening. I think that they are literally like, look, we got to get him out of here. And the only way Trump won't win this presidency or have a shot is if he's in jail, or if he's messed up too bad. But we saw this in the first run. Man, Trump said some amazing things. Now, and I don't mean all amazingly good. Right, some was amazingly bad. Right. And it still didn't affect him from becoming the president. So that's unprecedented. That has showed a different situation now that people now, we're going through this now because of him. You see what I'm saying? Like, he showed that you can go further than any president ever can go. Because there's no way Barack Obama could have said the things that he said and then made it to be a president. Hillary Clinton, nobody. But he was able to do it. And I think that going forward, a lot more people are going to be able to do some real wild stuff and still be able to be a president because now a precedent has been set.
But Jay, doesn't this distract us though from actually hearing from people who could potentially be on the party ticket, right? Isn't this just another distraction, which we see happens all the time in the media? You know what I mean? With shifting our focus away from where our attention needs to be.
I mean, they just had a presidential debate, a primary debate with like 8 candidates. I think their problem is most of these people was down with Donald Trump. And now they're not. See, Donald Trump done made you, he done brought the hood to this situation. No, keep it all the way funky, like, because Donald, like, if you, in the hood, is like, if you rock with me, you rock with me. If you don't, you don't, right? Because he's not a politician.
Yeah.
And so all of this, hey, shaking my hand today, and then we beefing tomorrow, and then we cool the next day, that don't happen in Donald Trump's world. That happens in politics. And he's not trying to hear that. And they mad at him because he's not trying to hear it. He's not a politician. You down with me, be down with me. If you ain't, get out of here.
Right.
And it's something to be respected.
Yeah, I was just about to say that.
No, it is. You know what I'm saying? It's something to be respected. But again, for me, it's expectation. And then this is another thing. This man is almost 80 years old. We all, especially us in the black community, we always say, you get a certain age, they stuck in their ways. You can't change them. Grandmas can come out and just pop off. You be like, hey, man, she 80 years old. But you think you want to change this dude now? No. And he ain't 80 and broke. He 80 and was a billionaire and probably still is a billionaire. Like this is he been doing what he wanted to do all his life. And y'all think y'all going to shift him now? Like, no. Again, I don't have that expectation of Donald Trump. I don't have that expectation of his presidency. I don't have that expectation of his level of behavior. I just don't have that expectation. So I'm not upset when things don't go a certain kind of way. If you want to be the yell at the TV person and be pissed
arguing
off,
all at the bars and stuff.
just for
Yeah.
arguing's sake. That's not who I am.
Yeah.
I'm not about to do all that. I get into a good argument, but my arguments need to be having some real basis that we can get somewhere. This is not one of those things. Like these people are making their own rules and making them and breaking them as they go. So this is a tough nut to crack. You know what I mean? Good luck trying to figure out, how to work this thing out. Cause yeah, man, this is something serious.
I know, and one of the things that we was talking just now, what came to my mind was that you always talk about arguing, but you also talk about truth. Like the truth doesn't matter anymore, right?
Oh, please.
And the truth of the matter is that we somehow Americans have put him in a position or on a pedestal that he does not belong on. And so, like we talked about, you brought up expectations. Like they say, expectations is the mother of all disappointments, or something like that.
Definitely, yeah.
So we have an expectation because we put him in a place that he's not supposed to be. So I like your analogy of like being in a neighborhood and having people that's down with you. Because look, I love the loyalty. I love the loyalty. Like, come on. Loyalty. Like, we can talk about that all day long, but some of us still don't have it with the people that we call our friends, right? The people that we call our friends, the people that we call our families. We don't have the level of loyalty that he has with the people that's in his network, in his circle of influencers. So, like you were saying, that definitely is something to be respected because
Go ahead.
Because like some of us don't have it in our everyday life with the people that's supposed to love and care for us. So it's kind of nuts when you see it, but it's like, okay, damn, you got friends that, okay, you got your people that's they willing to like really put it on the line for you, like for real. And we can't get that same level of love when we supposed to have it. That's crazy.
And I don't say I don't dictate where he's supposed to be, or not. He may be a president. My thing is he's not a politician. You see what I'm saying? He's not a politician. Mm-hmm. And what the definition of that is, and not Webster's definition, is people that sit there and, like I said, I remember being real close to an election before. I was helping out with one. And this blew my mind because it got real in this election. People were slinging so much mud, as they call it, and talking so much. So, like, it got like that. And here I am. I'm like, I don't like these people because I'm down with this side. Because they coming at my people's wrong. And it's going, and it broke my heart because like a month after the election was over, the person who we were going with, they was kicking it. It was cool. I'm like, oh my God, I can never be a politician. Because the way we were going at it, oh no, I don't want to deal with you next week. I'm not dealing with you next year. It's a lot that got to do it. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that's not my game. Donald Trump acts like, oh, Pence, you said you ain't speak up when you ain't defend me with that. Nah, it's on site when I see you. You know what I'm saying? It's on site when I see you. Oh, you wasn't. Oh no, yeah, he's weak. He's this. He's like he goes right into it. Oh no, he was always a weak vice president. Mike Pence is a weak
invitation for me.
Mike Pence was always weak. He's a sorry American. You know what I mean? And I'm like, wow, because that's what you see in the hood. Jokers ain't trying to hear that. And so, hey man, he's not changing. He's not changing for nobody. And he got a lot of hood people, black, white, purple, and otherwise, that because there's a lot more of them. There's a lot more of them than it is rich people. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And they identify with how he moves. Yeah. They identify with how he moves, and that's why they on it. See, people that's broke ready to die for you, people and go to jail for you. Wow. People who got something to live for not.
Yeah, that's right.
That's what y'all don't understand. Right. That's why we lose the fight when we talk about gangs and trying to get kids out of gangs. Mm-hmm. They see these other kids that look like them really putting their lives on the line for them. Yes. And so, like, it's hard. What do you want to do? So you going into the corporate America, you going into the churches, you going into these places, and these people, they're seeing that these people would not put it on the line. They would not bet on them. They would not go all out for them. And so we lose because you can't match the energy. You can't match the energy. And so Trump tapped into that community of mostly Caucasian individuals, but some black people, some Spanish people, but most of the have-nots. And the have not, all they got, you know what Heavy D said, the great Heavy D, I got nothing but love for you. And them jokers got love for him. And that's all they got, and they giving it all to him. And that's why y'all don't know how to handle it, because I don't have that expectation that he's gonna be. I know what this come with. I know what it looks like. These cats love that dude because he's actually talking their language, and they're gonna put on. So you can't get mad because you're not putting on for your president or your candidate. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. I'm not mad. Just stay away from me with all of that. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't care either way. Like, I really don't. Like, really, politically, I'm an independent. My heart is, after Kennedy Democratic, not before. And fiscally, I'm Republican. You know what I'm saying? And that's because I understand from both spectrums. I'm not going to kick my people that still get food stamps to the curb, because I lived off food stamps. I was raised off food stamps. I know what that looked like. Yeah. I don't believe we supposed to stay on food stamps for the rest of our life. Yeah. I understand that part too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I understand, free enterprise. I understand why there's a need for big government. Yeah. I just think that we haven't figured out a harmonious way for us to move forward as a country. And I don't think that makes money. Confusion makes a bunch of money.
That's powerful. Yeah.
So that's why I sit on the sideline and watch. Do I vote? Yes. Do I care to vote? Sometimes I don't. Yeah. Sometimes I don't, but I want to be able to talk all the smack I want to. And the reason why I could talk smack, because I participate.
Could you say that again, please? Like, say it again, please, for the people in the back, because they need to hear that.
No, I mean, because when you vote or you participate, then you got all the right to say what you want to say. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you don't, then don't. Because you didn't say anything, you didn't do anything, so just, hey, that's not your bag. Move on. Yeah. And I dig it. I respect it. Again, sometimes I don't be wanting to vote. I didn't want to vote this last presidential election. It was a horrible show.
It was.
Why? But there it is.
Hey, Miss Angela.
Hey, Mom. So yeah,
and we got Gia on too. Hey, Gia.
What's up, sis? Yeah, we have to do our part, and then that's when you can have your words, say what you want to say.
Yeah.
But yeah, we found happy medium in confusion in this country, as far as that portion is concerned. When you have a situation where we're dealing with the gun crisis,
yeah,
and it don't matter how many people get killed, you can't come to no type of happy medium to start making some adjustments and again, I don't want nobody taking nobody guns away, but I truly openly believe that everybody don't need an assault rifle.
Right.
Like, that's just me.
Agreed.
So at the end of the day, if you're seeing people using these assault rifles to kill innocent people on a pretty much daily basis, and y'all can't come to no agreement with that, then you want the confusion.
Yeah, that's right.
If you think it's better to send billions and billions and billions of dollars to Ukraine than to help the homeless people here, then you want the confusion.
And just sent another $20-something billion.
But that's what I'm saying. So at the end of the day, and we sit here, I'm not about to talk about my people who are, buying a new car and not paying off their credit cards, because this is what our country's doing. America's credit limit just went. Their credit thing just got a ding, right? And they still sending money to somebody else. So
priorities.
But I don't want to talk about the person who don't got got billions of dollars, who got $1,000 and went out to the club and hung out and didn't use that for the credit card bill. I ain't saying nothing to him or her, because that's what the country doing, and they happy with it. Because you know why? Because they just raised up some money on your interest rate on that credit card, and that's how they paying it. So they ain't the problem. The country's the problem. Because maybe that person is paying not the minimum. Maybe the minimum is $50. They're paying $100, but that's looking like the minimum now with what the interest rate is now. Right. And so maybe on that $500 credit card in 5 months it would be paid off, or at least in 3 months it'd be over the utilization threshold. But now it's going to take them double the time to get to that point. And by that time, they say, screw it. Let me just do my own thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because y'all living La Vida Loca and you sitting here just doing what you want to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? So why not me? And people don't believe. So it's just crazy, man. So this is bigger than any one presidential candidate.
Yeah.
And this is a game that I don't like to play, and I'm not interested in playing because that's all it is, and they're playing with people's lives every single day. And the fact that it's finances attached to it, where people are making these 6-figure salaries to be in these positions, and they have so much power. It's a career. It's a career. You know, like these political careers are like very lucrative.
Yeah.
And so they're taking it. Like, boom, let me go ahead and do my thing, and I'm not really worried about it. You think about the criminal justice system where, you know, these judges, they get to go home at night, but they like every day they're telling somebody they're not going home. Every day they're literally saying somebody is going away for life. Yeah. Somebody's going away for 20 years, and they go home and sleep comfortably. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's a tough job to have. It should be. But when you have $300,000 salary, $250,000 salary, that makes it, that's a nice, healthy cushion, a pillow for them to sleep on. and just say, I sent 5 people to prison for life this week. And then the lawyers, the high priced lawyers, are swapping it out. They're telling them, hey man, I helped you out last week, right, you helped me out this week. Right. And you swapping out people's lives in that situation. You know, you're telling people, all right, well, look, if you let this person go away for life and let my guy off for 2 years, next week on your life sentence, I will work that out. And then you go, like, this is what you're doing with people's lives. How is that humanity? How is that humane?
I couldn't even stomach it. Like, listening to you say that.
That's what's really happening. That's what really happens every day. Right now, you know, that's happening. You know what I'm saying? That's happening right now in somebody's courtroom. As we speak, somebody's going away. And then the sad part about it, somebody that's going away is innocent. Somebody's getting overcharged because they don't have an attorney. You know what I'm saying? Somebody's getting overcharged. Somebody's being made to cop to a charge that they didn't do because they don't have an attorney. And they tired of sitting in jail. And so then they're going to go on probation, and now they're in the system. Now they can't get a job, and it's going to take years before they can get a pardon or expungement. And if they even know that they can do that. Because a lot of people don't even realize that they can do it. They don't realize that certain charges that you have, especially if you just got charged and you didn't you wasn't convicted, you can get that taken off your record. Yeah. You know, but even some charges that you were convicted of, they only have a statute of limitations. You know, that was taken off. I can tell you this because I went through the process. I had a truckload of charges, but some of my minor charges, simple possession charges, stuff like that, especially with marijuana at the time, they was taken off without me even having to do anything. So, you know, we got to give this information out freely. That's right. You know what I mean? And this is stuff. That's why I put this on one of my posts, on my TikTok posts. Like, you know, what you dealing with today? Right. Because Donald Trump and Joe Biden and them is not what's affecting your life today. Correct. So we got to think about that. Somebody is, you know, can't get a job because they got a charge on their record that they can just probably go down to the solicitor's office and get sorted out. It might take like 30 days, but it can be off your record and it'll look like you never did anything. You know what I'm saying? So these are the things that we need to start having conversation about.
And Jay, that's important that you said that, and thank you for sharing that information, because somebody may be watching us, or this video may be shared with somebody who's, you know, up against something that's going to impact their lives, and they don't know the things that you just said. So you just help somebody, okay?
That's the plan.
You just help somebody, and so that's so awesome. And you know, we appreciate you for saying that. But the thing that we want you guys to pay attention to, for me, and what's really important about this platform, is we want you to pay attention to what's happening in the world, but also be mindful of what's going on in your world. As Jay just said before he finished, like, what's going to impact your life and the life of your family today, and when and how can you make sure that you're putting the time, energy, and the effort into making sure that you and your family are taken care of, not just today, but you're making decisions today that's going to impact you positively, for, for the rest of your days. And so as we have these conversations with you guys every week, we're on these live streams every week, we're talking about the things that's going on in the world, but we make it plain to how it can impact you. And one of the things that Jay said was, you got to participate. If you don't participate, then you don't really have a dog in the fight, as they say. Now, you may think you do, because this is America, right? And there's certain
That don't mean that no
certain
more, man.
I
I really
know.
don't believe that means much
But you know
anymore.
what? And you said, I'm sorry to cut you off.
You
You
good?
said something that had me thinking. You were like, our house being, we make money off of, or something like that, of not coming together, not agreeing, or something like that.
Yeah, that confusion.
The confusion. So I'm like, most people be like, a house divided cannot stand, but that's how America stands. We stand on division, disunity, not being together. We can't seem to agree on any issues, even things that I feel like we should agree on, like things that impact children and the elderly, whatever. We can't even agree on those things, because somebody's going to find a way to say, that's not right. What about, and what about, and what about? So, but our country stands on division.
Yeah.
And we can, it's easy for us, like you say, we're good at throwing money at other countries' problems, other nations' problems, or we'll send over whatever you need.
It's business.
Yeah.
It's business.
Yeah.
That's the business of this country,
Yeah.
and the United States is a business. And once you understand that, you won't, again, you will have a different level of expectation. We're going to have a after this war is over, and with Russia and Ukraine, it would be a military base in Ukraine. Yeah. And America be, have their footprint in Ukraine in so many different ways, and that's what they're doing. So it's like business. This is an investment. They're expecting for the next 50 years to get something. You gotta understand, we still in Korea. The Korea War was how long ago? You know what I'm saying? So you see what I'm saying? We jumped in there. Okay, we down with South Korea now. We got a military base in South Korea, or bases, and they posted up. Like, that's how it works. You know what I mean? So that's their business model. But it sucks, and it needs to be spoken on, not trying to come at the guy. I can care less. Yeah. I just want my people to understand. My people don't mean black or white. It means whoever listens to me. Yeah. Like, I want you to understand what's happening, so you're not uninformed. You know what I mean? Because I'm cool with excuses when you don't know no better. But once you know, now because before you know is a reason. It's a real reason. It's not an excuse. But once you are informed, it's all excuses. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I hate when people be on that. Oh man, all you do is making excuses. If somebody's uninformed, it's a reason. Right. But once you are informed, all those excuses, because look, I just decided not to act on the information that I got. You know what I'm saying? So they're doing business. And a lot of us in business do that. A lot of us are like, you know what, we take a risk. We say, you know what, I got a bill to pay, but if I put this money on my business, I'll make 10 times the amount of money. A lot of times that don't happen like that all the time, but you'll take a shot. And that's what they're doing. They're saying, okay, this is the Bible. There'll always be poor among us. So they're not worried about the homeless people here, right? And that came out of Jesus' mouth, right? So, but look, let me go ahead and bust this move. It might not ever be another time in our lifetime to get a foothold in Ukraine. Right. So let me go ahead and keep funneling this money into Ukraine. Yep. You know what I'm saying? And their tab is running up. Yeah. And Ukraine wins this war, they're going to be paying the United States a nice little dividend for the years to come. So I understand the business of it. That doesn't make it right. And again, I don't want them complaining and bitching and moaning about what's going on with the homeless people here and what people not doing when y'all not doing what y'all need to be doing. Because these are problems that could be eradicated. Yep. But you're choosing not to, and that's fine. Like, somebody could pay off their credit card with the 10 pair of Jordans that they bought, and they choose not to. But you know what? They made a decision. Yeah, and they happy with that decision. They happy with the Jordans and not with the credit card. And that's how we gotta move. We can't keep arguing over dumb stuff that we look. You know the answer. You know what they're doing. Exactly. But if you don't know, I'm telling you. Yeah.
Keep it all, look, like you say, keep it all the way funky. What you say, keep it all the way a buck. Okay, listen. And I like your point about business. Oh my gosh, business happens so much in this country, and y'all, we be oblivious to what's going on. We think we try to, minimize issues or reduce them to something that's not even important, because at the end of the day, you got to look at the dollars and cents. You got to look at the dollars and cents of it all. So that's just so powerful. This country was started a certain way. It's always been that way. And then you always say, Jay, something that I don't think we keep in mind is that America is only a few hundred years old. Like, it's in
Word.
adult years, it's a baby still.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? It's still learning how to walk, still learning how to talk. It's got some issues need to be worked out. So
Yeah,
it's still a baby.
It ain't
You know
even
what I
300
mean?
years old, and
Yeah.
you got European countries that's thousands and millennial,
Yes.
thousands of years old. So, and this country hasn't had the things that need to happen to this country hasn't happened yet. Same thing like with young kids. So, this country jumped on, you know what I mean, and shot to the top.
Yep.
But so it's going to be some droppage, some pullback. You know what I'm saying? It's going to happen, and because other people are catching up, other people are learning. Shout out to Donald Trump for saying something about China had us in the hip pocket. You know what I'm saying? Had us in the hip pocket, and Donald Trump was pissed about that because he do understand business, no matter what people saying.
That's right.
You can have 100 million businesses, and all of them work. I mean, fail but one, and if that one got you billions of dollars, then you okay business person. So, people have be in their feelings or whatever the case may be, but it's so many people with businesses that's not up, nowhere near that. So you got to give props where props is due. But at the end of the day, he was pissed about the China thing, and you should have been, because most of the stuff being manufactured over there, they got you in your hip pocket. They can shut down stuff and stop production of a whole lot of things that you count on a whole near and dear to running your country.
That's
so
right.
It's a scary situation, man. So all these other countries are catching up.
Yep.
They're catching up. You know what I mean? It's no more slavery, so you ain't getting no free labor. People look at all these daggone strikes right now.
Yes.
So it is what it is. Ain't no more of that. So these other people, they are getting slave type labor. When China is paying people pennies to make things happen, and these other places, the biggest country, the big one now is India. Keep your eyes out for India. It's India about to pop. You know what I'm saying? Tesla spending so much money trying to get over there. Apple was already over there. They're just trying to figure out how to sell these people iPhones for cheaper because they can't afford to pay what they raping us for.
Yes.
So, but once they figure that out, with all, and they're about to catch, if they didn't already catch China and far as population. So you got 1 billion people being able to buy iPhones. That's 3 times the amount of us.
That's right.
So, hey man, Apple about to go bananas. And hey, you got to figure that thing out. So it's just so much stuff that we need to understand what's going on business wise in this country, and just, but most importantly, focus on us. That's what I really want you to do. Focus on yourself. Focus on what can fix your household. Because the better position you in, the better you can your argument would be. The better you be able to affect your community, your household, everything like that. So let's put our what you call the oxygen mask on.
Yeah.
Before we start putting other people's oxygen masks on, because they even say even before you help your child, put your oxygen mask on first. Right. So that's what we got to do. We got to make sure we getting what we need to get to and getting up, so we'll be all right.
That's right. Well, I was gonna ask you to share your share a piece of advice, but you just did that. So we were in sync there, so I appreciate it. So, but no, for real, you guys, as you're coming on, you're watching this video on the replay. For those of you that watched us live, thank you so much. If you have comments, questions about anything that's been said during this broadcast, like, leave it in there. Let's keep this conversation going. Same for our viewers that's watching this on YouTube or watching a YouTube live replay. Is that what you call it? I don't know. So
I don't know.
However you look at it again on YouTube, definitely make sure that you leave us some comments as well. If you are not connected to us on our YouTube channel, you're doing yourself a disservice. Head on over there right now, youtube.com/@S.T.A.R.V.E Talk. You got to use the little @ symbol, @S.T.A.R.V.E Talk, and give us a quick follow and hit that notification. Well, Wait, like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. You always got to remember all the things, right? So, but listen, we appreciate y'all. We'll be back next week with another Star Talk Live broadcast. Look, meet us same time, same place. As I said, I'm sipping on my coffee, but baby, if you need to grab some tea, a cocktail, or whatever's going to get you through the conversation, because we don't know what it's going to be. Okay, all we can say is, like in the words of the great Bishop T.D. Jakes, get ready, get ready, get ready. Okay, because it's coming. Any final thoughts for we?
Nah, man, I think that shout out to the to my cousin R.I.C.O. You know, R.I.C.O is a real
cousin R.I.C.O. Okay,
R.I.C.O is a real MVP. R.I.C.O has been doing his thing, but I don't want no parts on. So you know, keep doing your thing, but you stay your ass over there. Don't come around these parts. But nah, man,
mess it up.
Yeah, exactly. But nah, y'all be careful, be safe wherever you guys are. Enjoy your weekend. You know, this is Friday Eve, as they say. So get prepared for that. And we'll see y'all next week, man. But much love. And follow Sister Sims on her social media. Follow me on mine. I am Jay Halim. Tell them yours, your 100 social media.
Oh, so it's at Tamika L. Sims and at Ink Pen Diva.
Yeah, do that. And we see y'all next time. Peace.